Hey everybody, Nick Licameli here. Today I want to show you my current upper body warm-up. Now I posted a video of my lower body warm-up, and in the beginning I gave a nice introduction about how my warm-up has changed from what it used to be and all the components of a proper warm-up. So I encourage you to check out that video. I'll link it down below because it really gives a good explanation of what a warm-up should consist of. But basically, a proper warm-up should include something that raises your body temperature as well as physically and mentally prepares you for the movements you're about to perform. And they shouldn't take long. So for me, to raise my body temperature, I do about 5 to 6 minutes on some kind of cardio machine, very light, just to get my heart rate up. And during that time, my eyes are usually closed and I'm imagining what's about to take place in the workout. So I'm imagining going through the movements, what it's going to feel like. So I'm not just mindlessly using a cardio machine, I'm mentally preparing during that time. After I warm up on the cardio machine, I'll start with some basic mobility work. And by mobility work, I mean some quick and simple movements to get my body ready. So I encourage you to get an assessment by a qualified healthcare practitioner like a physical therapist in order to better pinpoint what areas you should focus on during your warm up. Let's take a look. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. So this is right after I get off the cardio machine for about 6 minutes. And I just start with some arm swings. Now, you'll notice that my palms in the back position are kind of facing forward, and in the front they're facing down. So as I bring my arms back, I'm getting external rotation in my shoulder, and as I'm bringing them forward, I'm getting internal rotation. And I'm also, as I'm coming forward, I'm feeling a good stretch in my back and letting my scapulae protract around my rib cage. And on the way back, I'm avoiding shrugging my shoulders and I'm moving my shoulder blades. So I'm moving my scapula, not just my arms. Then I'll just start with some of these diagonal movements. So again, I'm coming down into internal rotation and up into external rotation. You'll notice I'm wearing a fleece. So part of a good warm-up, like we talked about, is to raise your body temperature. And sometimes that's literally raising your body temperature and getting warm. So I usually like to do my cardio and do my warm-up with either a sweatshirt on or something like a fleece, regardless of the weather. And here is the same thing like the double arm swing. So I'm letting my shoulder blades protract in front of me and I'm retracting them as they go backward. And I'm avoiding shrugging my shoulder when I bring it back. Now we move on to one of my favorite ways to warm up and one of my favorite mobility exercises. Excellent for the thoracic spine, excellent for lats, excellent for the shoulders, excellent for the lower back, to isolate and control the lower back while extending at the upper back, and even the triceps and the long head of the triceps, which I'll show in just a second right here. Right, so the shoulders are up into flexion, my elbows are bending back into flexion. This is a great stretch for the triceps. The triceps cross that shoulder joint. They are definitely, absolutely 100% a shoulder muscle, just like the biceps, and they can't be forgotten about. Here I'm going to work into protraction. So I'm loosening up my shoulder blades. I'm activating serratus, and as I'm pressing forward, I'm going to hold that, press back, and you can see that I'm forcefully pressing my arms forward as I'm sitting down because the bench is moving forward. So I'm pressing up, hold that, and now I'm going to press back down. And in that position, I'm letting that thoracic spine extend, and I'm not letting my lower back extend. So my lower back is rounded, and my upper back is sinking down to the floor. In that bottom position, I'm breathing deeply through my nose, and on the exhale, letting myself sink down further to the floor. This feels amazing, and it's a great way to start a workout. Onto another favorite of mine, the deep squat lat stretch I've called. I don't know what it's called, but that's what I call it. You are getting in this position, and I've done a video on this in the past, and I'll link that down below. But basically, you are stretching the lats from the top all the way to the bottom because your arms are up into flexion. So that's stretching the lats from the top, and then you are into lumbar flexion at the bottom. My lower back is rounded, so you are stretching the lats from the bottom position where they attach to the pelvis. As you're in this position, we're going to breathe deeply and imagine expanding your lower back, and exhale and sink deeper into that stretch. And just like that, hey, look, we have weight in our hands. So now we're getting under the bar, so to speak, and we're starting to groove that movement. This is just some light weight, but I am treating it like it's heavy weight. So I'm imagining my working set weight in my hands as I'm going through this movement. I'm just trying to get some blood flow to my chest and get my mind acquainted with the movement and the movement pattern. After about 1 or 2 sets, then I'll start working my way up to my working weight. And that's about it. Quick, efficient, and ready to go. And hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time.